As trouble mounts for the Gandhi family in the National Herald case, another controversy related to the associate journals involving the Gandhis is brewing in Maharashtra. An RTI activist in Mumbai has written to the Chief Minister of Maharashtra asking him to take back the allotted plot as it will now be a private building. India Today had reported in 2012 about this plot of land having remained vacant for 3 decades. This prime plot of land in suburban Mumbai, allotted by the Maharashtra government to Associated Journals Limited in 1983 for building a Nehru Memorial Library and Research Centre, will now house an 18-storey office building. The contentious issue has become a point of battle for political parties, with the BJP too echoing the demand for taking back the plot of land. India Today had reported the story in November 2012 when then MLA Devendra Fadnavis had raised this issue in the House. Now, with the same man in the Chief Minister's chair, the state is seriously considering demands adding to the Congress's votes. Let's get a word from Kamlesh Sutar, who's with us live from Mumbai. Kamlesh, considering that Devendra Fadnavis had first raised this issue almost 3 years back, he's likely to act on it now.
Well, certainly, when we did this story in 2012, Devendra Fadnavis raised this issue in the assembly on the floor of the House in the winter session then. And now there is the growing demand from activists, and even BJP leaders have raised this issue in the ongoing session of Maharashtra Assembly in Nagpur. Basically, there have been several violations that have been there in this entire Associated General plot that was allotted for it was laying vacant for 3 decades. Initially, the biggest thing that came out initially was that this plot was earlier reserved for a hostel that was meant for scheduled caste students. But since the Social Justice Department, which was in possession of that plot, could not build that hostel in time, it was taken away by the state government and given to the Associated General. But in fact, for the same reason, the plot laid vacant for 3 decades, and the consequent Congress governments in Maharashtra kept giving them extensions to build the Nehru library there, but it didn't come up. In fact, as late as 2012, when Motilal Vora, the chairperson of the trust, moved in with the Maharashtra government with an application to start a construction there, and the construction that is now coming up there on that particular plot is a commercial building, which nowhere mentions about the library or the purpose for which the plot was allotted. And since there are requests coming in that the plot which was given for one particular purpose should be taken back. And now we spoke to Eknath Khadse, the Revenue Minister of Maharashtra, in the afternoon. He said that there are complaints. The state government has received complaints about that particular plot, and if need be, the state government may even not hesitate to take back the plot. So since there's BJP government in Maharashtra, we could see a political battle on the National Herald issue in Maharashtra as well.
Right, Kamlesh, explain this to me. I want to understand, how is it that the government has arrived at the conclusion that this plot of land is being constructed as a commercial building and not as a museum?
Well, latest RTI documents that are available with us, there are documents about the building plan that is submitted to the BMC. The BMC has given BMC in the reply to that RTI has given complete details of the construction, what the kind of construction is going to be. It's going to have commercial offices. Earlier, the plot was reserved for a particular cause, and in the consequent years that followed, in couple of years, it was turned into a commercial plot which was given for a particular purpose, and even a particular portion of that plot was given for residential purpose, which has houses of some top Congress leaders in Mumbai as well. So now the latest plan that is with the BMC clearly shows that it's going to be a commercial building which is going to have offices, commercial establishments there, and that is why now the demand is coming up that since the basic purpose for which the plot was allotted is not being used for that, that is why the plot needs to be taken back, and the state government should take it back. That is a request that is coming in from RTI activists.
Right, and Kamlesh, can you also explain to our viewers how the Gandhis are directly involved in this case?
Well, it's the plot was allotted to the National Herald Trust, where which had the Gandhi family's members since its inception. Since earlier, the plot which was given for the first time, it was given for the Nehru Memorial Library, and also in the name of the newspaper Qaumi Awaz that was to be started here. But as I mentioned, for last 3 decades, the the trust could not even start construction there. Since a plot, there are several rules that when a plot is given by the government that needs to be followed. The construction needs to be started within 3 years. And as I mentioned earlier, which was the plot which in question was in possession of the Social Justice Department of Maharashtra and was meant for constructing a hostel for SC/ST students. Since they could not, the Social Justice Department of Maharashtra could not start the construction in time, the plot was taken back according to the rules. But on the same lines, the plot could have been taken from the same trust, but it laid with the trust for 30 long years. In fact, there was fine that was to be implemented. Though the trust paid the fine, the large amount of fine that was to be imposed upon the trust was waived off when Ashok Chavan was the Revenue Minister of Maharashtra. So there are several irregularities that have been found. It has also been mentioned in the CAG report earlier. The issue has been raised on the floor of the House in the past, but now since the construction has started and there's a commercial construction that is coming up on that plot, it will certainly raise many eyebrows, and there is a controversy.
All right, Kamlesh, thanks so much for those details. We're going to keep coming back to you for more development.
All right, we are getting in breaking news right now. Those were the headlines, but let's just get you news about the Salman Khan verdict. A verdict is expected anytime soon now, and it seems to...
So, guys, do you know why he's Kukkara Kamalda? Because he's a Delhi boy.